Episode 4 of The Love of My Life. It had been nearly 2 years since Kira came into our lives, and not a day passed that I didn't feel grateful for her presence. She had become mine in every way that mattered, emotionally, spiritually, even legally. The adoption was finalized 6 months ago. Her laughter filled our home. Her drawings lined our fridge. Her hugs healed parts of me I didn't know were still broken. Then one quiet Saturday morning, as we finished breakfast, a courier arrived with a brown envelope addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Adams. Raymond opened it and stiffened. "What is it?" I asked. He handed me the paper with trembling hands. Custody of Miss Kara Ocone. We, the Ocone family, biological relatives of the late Tonia Ocone, deceased, wish to notify you of our legal intent to reclaim custody of Kara Ocone, our blood relative. Signed, Chief Edward Ocone. My world began to spin. Please don't forget to click on the follow button before we continue. That evening, the Ocones came. Chief Edward, Tonia's father, stood tall in a flowing igbata, flanked by his wife and eldest son, Felix. Their faces were stony, dignified, and cold. "We've come for our blood," Chief Edward said simply. "Tonia was our daughter. Kara is our granddaughter. And she belongs with us." Raymond stood beside me, his jaw clenched. "She's my daughter too." Felix sneered. "We didn't even know she existed until recently. But now we do. And we won't let her grow up in a stranger's house." "She's not a stranger to us," I snapped. "I've raised her. I was there when she cried at night. I stayed by her side when she was sick. Where were you when she lost her mother?" Chief Edward raised a hand. "Madam, emotion is not law. We will take this to court." And they did. Before we continue, please like, comment, share, and follow me for more stories. The trial was exhausting. They came with photos, family history, testimonies from people in Tonia's village. They claimed that we tricked a grieving child into signing adoption papers. That we manipulated the situation. That we were unfit. I had to testify. I cried as I described how Kira called me mommy, how she slept beside me every time it rained, how she whispered her fears to me and trusted me with her world. Raymond gave a powerful speech in court. I may not have known about her birth, but I have loved her every day since I found her. Blood makes you related, but love makes you a parent. And my wife, our home, is the only place she truly knows as family. But the Ocones were persistent. And rich. And connected. Please like, comment, share, and follow. On the final day of the case, the judge allowed Kira, now 10, to speak privately with a child psychologist, who reported her wishes in court. "I don't want to go with them," the psychologist quoted Kara. "They're strangers. My mummy is Amelia. My daddy is Raymond. I want to stay." There was silence in the courtroom. The judge looked up slowly. "This court believes in the best interest of the child. Based on evidence, psychological reports, and the child's own wishes, custody shall remain with Mr. and Mrs. Adams." I broke down crying. Raymond held me so tightly I could barely breathe. The Ocones sat still. Cold. Defeated. But just before they left, Chief Edward turned and said, "We may not have one today, but we are still her blood. We won't disappear." Before we continue, please like, comment, share, and follow. Weeks passed. Life returned to normal, but something lingered in the air. One day, Kira asked quietly, "Mummy, why don't I know my other grandparents?" I froze. Then I knelt beside her. "Because things were complicated. But if you want to know them, we can try." She nodded slowly. "I want to know where I come from. But I don't want to leave." It was her way of asking for both worlds. And I realized I couldn't let my pain become her prison. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and follow. We reached out to the Ocones again. Not with lawyers. Not in anger. But with olive branches. We set boundaries. Short visits. Supervised meetings. Letters. A slow path. At first, they resisted. Then they agreed. And slowly, Kira met them not as enemies, but as extensions of herself. She came home after her first visit with a wooden necklace from her late mother's box. She hugged me tightly. "I'm glad I met them," she said. "But this is still home." Raymond and I looked at each other, tears in our eyes. Love had been tested by pain, secrets, and even blood. But it survived. Not because it was perfect, but because we chose it. Every day. And though she was born from another woman's womb, Kara will always be the child of my heart. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and follow me for more stories. Bye for now.